Oh my gosh, guys, look what I found at Walmart. These are cake boards, but they look like real cutting boards and they're very sturdy cardboard. I'm actually going to use the back of the cutting board so I have a pretty back. And I found this beautiful bag at Walmart and I'm gonna just cut it apart and adhere it to my cutting board with some Mod Podge. After smoothing the Mod Podge on my board, I lay the bag on top of that and press it down with my hands. I'm taking off that spot at the top. It won't show though. I'm cutting it out with my X-Acto knife, but you could certainly use scissors. Anything extra, I use my sander to cut off to make the edges smooth and a little bit raggedy to make it more rustic. Then I went around it with my ink pad to really show up those edges. Next, I went over the whole thing with a layer of Mod Podge to seal it in and make it more durable for storage in the future. I'm going to put this aside for a moment and grab my Bowdabra. I'm going to put a piece of jute down in the middle of the Bowdabra and get a piece of ribbed fabric to make the first layer of my bow. I start off by putting 2 loops on either side and then tying that up in the middle, cutting off the excess jute and then fluffing it up and putting it aside. For my second layer, I do the same thing with the jute, and this is more fabric that I ripped, and I'm doing 2 loops on either side, just like this. Same thing, tie it up in the middle, and then I'm going to glue these 2 together and then glue those to the top of my cutting board. I added a button to the middle of that and then a simple loop at the back for my hanger. To make my little tag for this, I used a small piece of scrapbook paper and a stamp I got from Michael's. The stamp wasn't dark enough, so I just went over it with a paint pen, cut that down, and I Mod Podged it to a piece of popsicle stick to make it more durable. I cut that down and added a piece of jute to that to make it look like it's hanging right underneath my bow. Isn't this precious? If you love it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe and notification bell so you'll know when I upload new videos. Check the description for all the items used in this video, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.